Have you ever wondered who each team's most valuable player of all time is? Today, in this new series, we're going to crown an overall offensive and defensive MVP of every single team in the NFL. Today, we are starting with the New York Jets. Now, as a Jets fan, I have not had much to smile about since 2011, and as a franchise, the Jets have not had much success historically. We've had a fair share of great players come through the franchise. For the defensive side of the ball, this comes down to three players: Darrelle Revis, Joe Klecko, and Mark Gastineau. All three of these guys are in the Jets Ring of Honor and the Hall of Fame. Klecko and Gastineau formed the New York Sack Exchange in the 1980s, and in the 81 season, they both had over 20 sacks and were All-Pros. Klecko finished his career with 78 sacks and 2 All-Pro selections, while Gastineau finished his career in 1988 as the all-time sack leader at the time with 107.5 sacks in his career and 3 All-Pro selections. While Gastineau and Klecko were great for the Jets, it's hard not to give the overall defensive MVP to Darrelle Revis. Revis is widely considered one of the best cornerbacks of all time, and his resume backs this fact up. His 2009 season is one of, if not the best cornerback season of all time. Just look at this list of receivers he defended in man coverage and locked up. No receiver had over 58 yards or 4 receptions on Revis the entire season. In his Jets career, Revis racked up 25 interceptions, 112 passes defended, and 3 All-Pro first-team selections. He also changed the culture in New York in the late 2000s and early 2010s, as the Jets were considered an elite defensive team. Now, to the offensive side of the ball. Historically, the Jets have not had a lot of elite offensive players come into the franchise. A lot of people may think this pick is an obvious choice, with of course Joe Namath. Namath was at the helm when the team won the Super Bowl in 1969. But for me, this comes down to 2 players, Don Maynard and Curtis Martin. Maynard was with the team for 13 seasons and was Joe Namath's right-hand man. He accumulated 627 catches, 11,732 receiving yards, and 88 touchdowns. He is the franchise leader in all of those categories by a wide margin, and nobody has even come close to touching Maynard's records since he retired in 1973. Martin, on the other hand, was with the Jets for 8 years and was nothing short of a beast. Martin accumulated 7 straight 1,000-yard seasons for a total of 10,302 yards and 58 touchdowns. He is the franchise leader in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns, despite only being with the team for 8 seasons. He was also a 3-time Pro Bowler and 1-time All-Pro with the team during the time when there were a lot of dominant running backs in the league in the early 2000s. This really comes down to a coin flip since both of these guys did so much for the team, but I'm going to give the slight edge to Curtis Martin. Martin is easily the Jets' best running back in the history up to this point, and he deserves all of his flowers. Martin is 6th all-time in career rushing yards, and he only played from 1995 to 2005. An impressive feat. Thank you all for watching, and let me know in the comments below if you like these picks, or if not, tell me who your MVP of the Jets is. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.